Greetings, Grand Rising. How are you all doing? I'm doing good. In my room and just sitting, thinking about some stuff and meditation. It's early. It's not too early because it's light outside, but it's probably like 7:30. The house is quiet. Only person I hear is my husband up. So, real quick, I had an incident with my daughter last night, and I have finally taken a role in my life to where I don't want to be, I do not want to inflict physical correction onto my children. It's not new. It's not like, oh, I just decided it this week. This has been about maybe a year, maybe a year. And it has been very, very, very interesting. Um, Interesting because we were not taught how to necessarily deal with situations, how to step out of situations, when you get overwhelmed, when you get certain feelings. We just were not taught. Me personally, I am working on moving on impulsiveness. And so it's uh it's a work in progress. Oh, it feels like my nose is dry. Oh, I don't have a rag, excuse me. Um, but it seems like we're not taught certain things. We're not given certain keys to maneuver within ourselves, to maneuver with our family members, to maneuver with our children, to maneuver with our husbands. We're not given those tools. So, even like I said, with me and impulsiveness, my mind is real quick. It's good that my mind is quick and that I can think fast, but it's not good if I am moving too fast and I'm not in the now and I'm not in the present moment. Because 9 times out of 10, if I respond, it's going to be an impulsive response. But if I take a couple of minutes longer, I'll see that, oh, I should have responded like this. I should have responded like that, you know. So, anyways, my daughter, she whew, she is awesome. Okay, she is so intelligent, and you can tell. It's like it's it shows, and she shows it just by speaking, by moving, and so we were in the room last night, and I was, getting ready to lay her down for bed, and she let's see, was she's always like hyper, and we don't eat any artificial ingredients. They don't eat sugar. So it's not diet oriented why she has the stamina that she does. Okay. Um, but on the other hand, I was I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I wanted her to get ready to go to bed. For whatever reason, she called me stupid. Okay, I don't remember exactly why she called me stupid, but she did. And then she made sure she repeated herself, and I kind of lost it. Okay, I spanked her. So I spanked her, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to, because my family is spoiled, and I don't mean spoiled as in brats, but if I could explain her with a word, but I probably shouldn't use the word, it would be like she acts like a little brat, okay? But with words and the energy of words, that is not how I would want to explain her to someone else, okay? Um, but she's like amazing, and it's like, yeah, I might be four, but my spirit is however old, and that's how expressive she is with however old her spirit is, okay? And so I spanked her, and and then of course she's real vocal, so she expressed to me that she didn't like the fact of me spanking her. And then we had a little argument, okay? And she was just like, "You spank it, you spanked me," and da 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 da. And I'm like, well, because her response time to responding to what she is told is awful, which is interesting because right now, sometimes as you talk and you go through certain things, you hear something else, or you're given another piece of a puzzle that will help you in what it is you're trying to do. And so usually if I ask her for something, like if I'm like, can you give me this, or can you go and do that? It's no problem. She's like, sure, sure, sure. But if I tell her something, then that's when the other side comes up. And it's interesting because uh, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's like, okay, you could ask me to do something. It's like, yeah. But if you tell me to do something, it's like, why you could have said it differently, you know? Um, and so I'm just having one of those aha moments right now, but that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say with her telling me, like, of course, with my children, they're taught because someone says something to you, you do not physically have no reason to put your hands on them. It doesn't matter. We should be able to contain ourselves. We should be able to calm ourselves down, all of that stuff, right? Okay, but you have to be given those tools to know how to facilitate that when it needs to be facilitated in all situations. And so I didn't have the tools right at that moment, or I did not know that I was at that moment to where I was going to explode. And so therefore I did, and I spanked her. And then, like I said, of course, she argued about, you spanked me, da 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 da. Like I said, she's four. Okay. So this morning, I was sitting in, my meditation. I woke up out of my sleep like, oh my goodness, I overslept. I'm supposed to wake up at 6:30, and I popped up like at 7:11. Y'all, honestly, I haven't even washed my face yet. Okay. And I haven't brushed my teeth. And I have to make sure when I finish this video, I will. Okay. So, um, and so I was sitting here, and I'm like, okay. And then, I'm like, okay, so I got to figure out a way to handle her. She has a such strong personality. And hello, that's me. Um, so, it's like, okay, well, you taught your children that that they should not hit someone just because of something they say to you. And so that's the first thing that, was brought to my my remembrance. And I'm like, okay, so what's the difference with her? She's my child, but she's still a living soul. And those same, that same rule needs to apply to her. She said something to me, and because I was already stressed at the moment, I was already ready to lay down. I was exhausted. And she said what she said. And because she was already not listening to me to lay down, I spanked her. So it's just is interesting how we want to train them a certain way, or we want to impart in them, put in them a certain teaching or a certain ideology about something. But it's something that if you sit and you look at it and you're willing to open your heart, you'll see that it's something that you yourself have hidden somewhere inside. For instance, my husband, right? I'll get, frustrated, and I'm like, oh, that's so stupid. I won't say it to him, but I'll say it internally. But I won't say it to him, but I still say it internally. So it's like the same thing because the energy, the frequency was already thought, right? It was thought. And but usually if it's thought, I'll try, this is funny. I'll try to correct it, but like it's like but, and then I'll like try to justify it and say, well, but that was stupid that he did, something like that. And so it's just it's life is interesting. It is so interesting. And we have to be able to sit and see when we ourselves had made a move that if we would have taken an extra 3 minutes, it would have been different. Like, my thing was, okay, so how do I fix it? Like I spanked her. How do, and I didn't really have a whole lot to say to her afterwards because she was like, like, can you cover me up? And I'm like, no, you cover yourself up because it's just hard to get, it has been hard getting her to hear me. It's been hard getting her to hear me. And she's like, I want you to cover me up. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. I do it every night. And it's okay that I do it every night. I don't mind that I do it every night. I don't. The problem is me feeling as though she should, and here's the entitlement, that she should give me more respect than she does, and then I can continue to do all these things to her as if she I'm serving a princess. That's the best way to say it because that's the kind of treatment she gets. You know, um, we all are living souls. Respect is respect from newborn baby up until the last minutes of you being here. And it's deserved for every single person. It's deserved because now knowing that, okay, well, when I ask her to do something, she, y'all, it's like, okay, yes, I could do that. I'll be right back every single time. Unless she's deep into something and she doesn't like necessarily hear me, then I have to call her name again and say, hey, can you da 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 da? And she does it. So I believe truly that every single person can be reached internally. I said this in one of my videos before, it has to be that way. Every single person who has been born like I've been born, like from source, like male, female, that type of stuff. I think it's some people around who ain't really people, but they have to be able to be reached somewhere. And with her, I see that if I continue to ask her, like, no orders, not orders. They're not meaning to be orders, but that's how they come out. That's how they come out. That's how they're phrased. So if I myself at 42 sun rotations do not like someone giving me an order because she's 4, she's the same way. And it's okay that she's that way. She has that right. I don't really think it's any person who really likes getting orders, um, because I don't think naturally that's how we were made. Uh, it's how orders are okay. It's how the order is given. That's what I'm trying to say. It's how the order is given that makes a huge difference. And we have to be mindful of that. We have to be mindful of how we speak to people, how we respond to people, how we correlate something to someone else. Um, Mindful of the thoughts that we have towards people, mindful of everything, every moment. Um, if we continue to practice and to be in the now and to be in the moment, then it allows for our heart chakra to be activated and for that to respond. So when I respond and it's impulsive, it's not necessarily from the heart chakra. And that is something that I know, and that is something that like it was revealed to me that. So mm, that's what it is. So it's important to listen. It's important to open up and to be willing to listen, because you're always going to find out what it is that you need. You're always going to be given a key. You're always going to be given a key. Oh, and I was going to say too that um, with her, I'm going to have to obviously sit and talk with her this morning and explain to her the truth, because that's the only thing I could think to tell her was, you said what you said, and the best way for me to explain it to her would be to tell her that it hurt my feelings, but in reality, that doesn't even exist either, if you know what I'm saying. So, but I I um I know what I need to do, and I know what I need to say to her, and my heart will give me exactly what to say to her, and it's going to be the truth. We have to be accustomed to letting humility be present in our lives. If we lead with humility, if we notice when we're wrong, and if we speak up when we're wrong and we apologize, and we tell the person what was really going on in our minds at that time, that should be a miracle, and it should undo what you did, and it should fix it. I think that's awesome. I think that is so awesome. So it's a work in progress, and it's okay that it's a work in progress. Like I said, this was last night, and now we're at this morning. So when she wakes up, we're at this rising of this day. When she wakes up, I'm gonna have to give her a couple of minutes to, of course, liven up. But when she wakes up, I'm going to explain to her. My arm is tired, y'all. I'm going to explain to her what happened to me, and of course things that I was feeling and the reason why I responded how I responded. And at 4, she's gonna get it. Y'all, she is an amazing little thing. She's going to get it. And so it's just awesome because I'm like, oh, every child, I know, every child we have is a child that is going to teach us something, right? Every single one. And so I have 6, okay? I have 6, and it's just like, mm, I guess Source was like, oh, you got one up, you need another one. This one don't have to teach you that up. You need another one. This one have to teach that. So say it was, and I don't know this to be a fact, but it's like it's 6 major life lessons that I needed, and each one of my children brought one. I don't know if that's fact. I'm just saying, but I'm just talking. But it makes me think, I would have to literally sit and see, try to sit and think about that. That's interesting. But oh, she is definitely, um, she's the last one, and she is the icing on the cake. Okay, she's the icing, she's the cake, she's the the pan for everything. Okay, so I'm going to go. I just wanted to share that. Um, have a wonderful day. Um, have a wonderful day. Okay, see ya.